This is the LowcoSports Lowdown podcast. Here are your hosts, Justin Jarrett and Wes Kerr.
Hey, Loco sports fans, welcome to a Monday night edition of the Loco Sports Lowdown, in which we get to celebrate a whole bunch of state championships going back over the weekend and including and continuing tonight with Hilton Head Prep bringing home a Skiza 3A baseball title. Wells finally got one. Hilton Head Christian went back-to-back with a win 7-3 over Ben Lippen on Friday. The Dolphins take the 3A title tonight, 5-3 over Orangeburg Prep. Those will be two of our big stories we're talking about tonight, as well as, unfortunately, the end of the road for May River softball tonight, falling to Hartsville after falling to South Florence on Saturday. South Florence also knocked Buford baseball out after a great run, taking 2 out of 3 in that series. So we are getting down to it. We still have one team standing, Wes, the Canes.
It's your very own.
Hardyville boys soccer going to play for it now 1 o'clock. They've moved it back to 1 o'clock. It was supposed to be 2 on Thursday at Memorial Stadium against Dixie. So
good old Memorial Stadium. I remember covering a state championship plenty over there back in the day. Hilton Head High. Well, not covering it, but I was there to take it in as a Seahawk at the time when the girls soccer went on that dynastic run back in the 2010s.
Yeah.
It's a nice little stadium. I enjoy it. It's a fun, older style stadium. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it on Thursday. We'll also celebrate some state champs on the track because we had quite a few take-home titles over the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with the state track meet. So definitely want to celebrate them, and we'll do it all with our friend Marcus Walsh, who joins us from WHHI TV. What's up, buddy? Looking
Gentlemen,
dapper tonight.
how are you? Today was the picture day for the website.
Yes.
The weather was good enough, so I thought I'll put on the same shirt and tie and
it was photo makeups
and a different jacket. So yeah, Maria and I went out front and got that taken care of. JJ, it's been a minute, as the kids like to say.
It has been a minute.
Yeah, we get to do a show Friday, myself and oh my goodness, I'll talk about it.
I just saw what you're talking
the Marlins just walked off the
Cubbies just lost.
But
oh man,
yeah. But back to what we did on Friday. I had a great show with Marcus. Got to crown the Hilton Head Christian Academy state champs. Talked about a little few track scores, but we will go more detail into it tonight. And how about this? A double dose of state champions, Hilton Head Christian Academy and Hilton Head Prep winning baseball titles. It would have been nice to have seen them both in the state championship series between them. But you know what's even better? Seeing both of them win. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, without question. That's been the goal, and certainly I know some teams fell tonight, or in the last couple of days for sure, but tonight with May River falling, really impressed with that team. Coach has a great group of girls that she's coaching. I got to see them, a couple of times there, and really impressed with them. They have a chance to, I think, bring it back and go a good way. Congrats to Hilton Head Prep guys. Getting the job done
and
tonight.
The resilience after the heartbreaker in game 2 come right back out, and they were down in this game. They were down 3-1 midway through, and they were able to put some runners on base and then take advantage of a huge, costly error by the Orangeburg Prep Indians as this game went down the stretch. And then it was a little nervy that last inning. They had 2 runners on, did Orangeburg Prep, but the Dolphins able to shut the door, get the last couple of outs, and finish off the state title, which Wells was pursuing over there for a number of years, and a long-way championship for him and this team. And huge congratulations, terrific guts and resilience from this team. And coming back a couple days later after you're 3 outs away, then you're in that same spot today, up 2 runs, heading to the bottom of the 7th. And this time they do the job, and it's got to feel that much more sweeter for this group. And I mean, JP Perky was a catalyst early. Jackson Standard coming up big, both in the mound in game 1, then delivering a big hit late in game 3. And I just can't be more prouder of what this squad was able to do, and just that total effort that they showed. Uh, when it looked like it was getting away from them tonight. So,
Right.
outstanding work by this prep baseball squad, and really good to see it for Chris Wells.
Yeah, I'm super happy for Wells, and shout out to Brandon Espinoza tonight. By the
Yes,
way,
dog,
102 pitches, went the
dog.
distance, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He hit 2. I mean, when you go the distance in a decisive
Yeah,
game, that's big time stuff. And he got
yeah.
it done tonight,
I
and he
wasn't
also had a
sure.
big hit early on as well. He
Yes.
drove in the first
Oh,
run.
he's had a strong bat all season long. Um, Yeah, I thought that, here's the thing, Steiner was still eligible, but I believe he was, but he threw like a good amount, like over 980 or 90 or so, maybe a little bit under 90 in game one. So I thought that he would be good to go, but Wells gave the ball to Espinoza, and looked like the right decision to me, as he was terrific tonight.
Yeah.
And yeah, 5 Ks, just a 1 walk. That's so important to be able to limit the
Wow.
damage in terms of base on balls, and then just the one earned run. Two of them were unearned that Prep gave up. So how about that? Just tremendous in a winner take all championship deciding game. Can't ask for much more from Espinosa. The guys to feel
Yeah.
really good for him, and a night that he'll remember for a long time.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the other thing is Stanyard behind the plate. They're best
Yeah,
defensively with him behind the plate.
true.
And he wouldn't have been on full rest. It would have been like 4 days on,
Right.
80 plus pitches.
And Espinosa is coming
Um,
in with a lot more like
right.
he
Yeah.
came in fresh, and they had
Well, and
trusted
who's
him
to
to
say
begin
they
with.
wouldn't have gone to Standard if he didn't have
Right.
it, or
Yeah.
if he only if he ran up a pitch count earlier or something. But
Yep.
he was the man tonight. He wanted the ball. He got the job done, and they did enough on offense and got a little bit of help. I mean, that's classic Wells, though, right? Put pressure
Yep.
on the defense, pressure, pressure, pressure.
Make
Earlier in
him
the
look
game,
crazy.
they had guys on base and were trying to bunt them over. Just no matter what. I saw they bunted three batters in a row bunted that one inning.
Ooh,
They were trying to put pressure on the D, and that's what they do. And a pipe burst in the 6th inning, and they put up 4, and uh, Espinoza didn't need anything else. He closed it out. So got a little dicey at the end. They had a couple
yeah.
guys on in the 7th, but he was able to wiggle out of it. I thought they might,
Yeah, he
go
got a little.
go to Standard or go
Yeah.
to somebody to come in
Espinosa's
and
able to
try
finish it
to
off
lock
with
it
a
down. But
strikeout.
Espinoza didn't need no help. Didn't need no help. Good stuff,
Yeah, I mean,
man.
hit by pitch, a walk,
It's
but then
impressive.
able to get that final strikeout to finish it off. Good for him, and just feels so good for this team, which I got to see a couple times in the playoffs, and the way they showed out in game one was really encouraging, and they look certainly like the better team. But when you go on the road, things can change, and you just weren't able to pull it out late and close out that game. But just the response from this team, and Espinosa just being an absolute beast here tonight, along with some others. And JB Perky, although he did not have hit today, he came up huge in game one. Delivered an important hit, the bases loaded, which ended up being crucial for them to win that game. And Jackson Stanyard, I mean, throughout, a big time hit to extend the lead, making it 5-3, giving them some huge insurance. And then the start that he made to set the tone of the series was just so critical. And you looked at the top of the lineup, like everybody able to come through, pick up a hit. Middleton driving in two for Prep. Sam Middleton at the top of the lineup, and Connor Campbell, just always rock steady this year,
Yeah.
and underrated player. Can't forget about him. Tell you what, they're really going to miss those Campbell siblings over there at Hilton
Oh
Head Track
yeah.
going forward.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh
they're
yeah.
those two are great in anything.
Yeah, any sport.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Just they're just competitors. They're athletes and competitors.
Yeah.
They go hard. They want to win. Only 3 seniors on this team, and only two of really of note. So one of them being Campbell, obviously, and then Stanyard. Those are big pieces. But they have some dudes waiting in the wings, who are ball players. So I don't think they're going to fall off anytime soon. Most of these guys come back, and there's some pretty talented kids who were kind of on the outside looking in as far as playing time goes this year that are going to be hungry to get a chance next year. So, don't. Wells was on the brink of retirement every year nowadays. It's always retirement watch for Wells,
Yeah.
and
Right.
we thought he thought he was going to walk away a couple of years ago, and this group of kids and families kind of drew him back in.
Yeah.
They really wanted him to stick around, and I think he'll be hard pressed to walk away if he thinks there might be
This
another one
would
waiting
be nice
next
to
year.
fly on top, but I'll tell you what, I think there's something brewing here that he has a chance to do some more.
Sammy Middleton's a freshman,
Yeah. Wow.
That kid can really play. Brandon Espinosa's a sophomore.
Yep.
There's a bunch of juniors that'll be seniors next year, but Brandon Hunter's a really talented kid waiting in the wings who's a sophomore. Perky's coming back for another year. Hauscher. Paulie Smith is another guy that wasn't always in the lineup, but is a really solid bat and holds down a corner. So they got some more talent, and I think the JV was really solid too. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure Chris won't make any kind of decisions right away. You got to let the emotions, settle in and all that stuff, and talk to your wife, because you haven't talked to her much for the last few months while you were going 28-3. That stuff doesn't happen without putting in a lot of hours, and so we'll see what comes of it. But I got a text tonight from Sam McDowell, former Island Packet reporter, now columnist at the Kansas City Star. And as soon as that game went final, he said, "I'm so happy for Wells, man." That's pretty cool that that friendship has endured across the country, and that he was checking in tonight, watching and pulling for Wells. And you know who else was there? Rich Basirico took the night off from under the bus tonight.
Yes, he did.
To go up to St. George and cheer on the Dolphins. Because once a Dolphin, always a Dolphin, right?
And I have to make a point based off what you just said, JJ, and you'll get this, for as long as you've been coaching, but certainly at the high school level. A lot of people say this about the pros, no matter what the sport, with coaches and media members that are out traveling a whole bunch, thanking their other halves for keeping the ship righted and steadied at home.
Yeah.
I remember Tom Hamilton saying for years, calling Cleveland Indians and Cleveland Guardians games as he still does. He's like, nobody broke their arm or had a 104-degree fever when I was at home during the off season. All the time that happened, nobody had got, detention when I was at home. All that stuff happened when I was on the road, and my wife had to take care of it.
Yeah.
So kudos to literally not just the other halves, but the better halves. And, we're so grateful for them and what they're able to do. Certainly, but especially in the ranks of coaching, it doesn't matter that you're just a coach of a local high school here on Hilton Head. You still put in the grind 360 to 364 days a year.
Oh man, brother. I was grinding this year. Just
you were
1A,
absolutely,
and we didn't play a schedule anything like what some. We didn't play 31 games like Wells and them did. No, it's an absolute grind, and to be rewarded with the state championship is the ultimate goal. I mean, that's you just want the kids to see the fruit of their labor, and they put in the work, and to see them get to walk off as champions is a really cool thing, and really happy for Chris. He's been at it a long time. He'd be the first to tell you that he's matured tremendously as a person and as a coach during that tenure, and he'd probably be the first to tell you that maturity is kind of what helped him get that program over the top these last couple of years, because the younger Chris Wells might not have been able to do that, and certainly having a better half in his life has probably made him a better man. And Kevin Libby says that you are in love. And so
it's true.
The Funky Bunch. You're very, Marky Mark would not be the same without the Funky Bunch.
Absolutely.
It's been a while.
They were the best when they were together.
He's been NIA for a couple of
Libs. Well, Libs has a nice new gig.
He does.
He's settling back into normal life, and
I just talked to him.
Start joining us again soon. Yeah.
I just talked to him, and he had like a 14-hour day today, but
Yeah.
he's loving what he's doing at BCTV.
Awesome.
Back working in TV,
Yeah.
working with the meetings on Hilton Head and
Mhm.
or meetings around the area, I should
He's
say,
going to be
not
my
just Hilton
go-to
Head, but
for
whatnot.
what's happening around the area, because he's got to sit
Yeah,
through all those meetings. He's
he
going to be
he
well
gets it,
versed.
and he just loves being able to do what he's always loved to do, to help make television and be a part of what's happening. He started doing that way
He's a
back when,
community-minded guy.
of course, way back when he was doing the news for
Yep.
WHHI, and
That's
that's
how I met him.
after a couple of years of doing that. That's how we met, and it's where he belongs. He belongs
Yep.
with us in the sandbox, as you like to say.
100%, 100% agree. Well, we haven't shouted out our presenting sponsor tonight, but that's Mickelson Law Firm, our original sponsor, but with us since 2017 when we got this crazy shindig going. And they're our official real estate closing attorney, our presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage. And we'll be talking more about the HHCA Eagles and their state championship on Friday night, because I didn't get to talk with you guys about that. And I have some highlights that we can check out.
Nice. Yeah, we'll definitely
But
have to.
Mickelson Law Firm, our official real estate closing attorney, presenting sponsor of our HHCA coverage, and our all-star sponsor, presenting sponsor of the LowcoSports Lowdown. And you were saying, Wes?
Yeah. Well, now I think you're starting to wind down. We'll definitely look forward to getting some of our state champs on and talking to them and hearing some more from both their runs, and maybe we'll get them on the same night, or have like a mega double state champ segment where we get both of them. We'll see. I have to uh, decide what we're
Yeah.
gonna do, but
Yeah,
that'd be great.
exactly. We've got some
Yeah.
space in the schedule now to
Yeah.
backfill a little bit and go back and talk. And another pair of guests that I would like to get on are half of the state championship 4x4 relay, or 4x8 relay rather, from May River, because our friend Tim Alonso was certainly
Yep.
smiling down on Friday when his brothers were half of the boys 4x8 from May River that won the state championship in 8 minutes 76/100ths of a
That's
second.
amazing.
Just incredible. Got a text from Ray Friday night. I was on the sidelines at the Hardyville game. We were trying to lock down the win, and
Saw
that
the
came through
clip
and
from
just
him.
made my day, man. Just made my
And
day to see that.
I haven't mentioned this yet. I'm sure you guys did, because it's been probably about a week and a half or so ago. But Tim did graduate
Yes. I don't think we did
posthumously,
mention it, but I'm
and
glad
Yeah.
you brought it
Okay.
up because, yes, Tim was
I
awarded.
wanted to
Fantastic.
make sure to mention that real quick. Saw the info of that, and great stuff there with him being able to graduate. But these
Awesome.
guys, absolutely phenomenal. What a family. I
Amazing
haven't known them
family.
that long, obviously, but they truly are an amazing
Awesome.
bunch.
There's your May River winning relay team. Awesome stuff. That was, let's see here, Cooper and Nick Alonso, Braxton Talley, and Jackson Wright. Bluffton came in second. It was a great race. The Loco rep in first and second in the 4x8, which used to be the domain of Hilton Head, right? They used to own the 4x4 and 4x8. But May River and Bluffton going 1-2. Some other state champs from the 4A meet. Erlon Baker won the 800 from Bluffton. We had him on the show once. Tremendous young man. Can't wait to see what he does after high school. And then the 4x4 team from Beaufort. And I'll get you names on those guys in a second because Reggie showed them love. Let's see here. It was Eric Smart, Caleb Steffen, Edward Green, and Amari Patterson. And those four guys alone combined for all 42 points that Beaufort scored to finish fifth in the team
Wow.
standings.
Wow.
Hilton Head's girls finished fourth, by the way. Hilton Head girls 4x8 finished second. Bluffton boys 4x8 finished second. Caleb Steffen, who was on that winning relay team, was also second in the 400 hurdles. Amari Patterson had a great day. He was second in the 200, sixth in the 100. Hilton Head girls 4x4 finished second. Janelle Stevens was second in the high jump. Eric Smart third in the 110 hurdles and the 400 hurdles. So outstanding day for him as well. Caden Stewart third in the 400 meters from Hilton Head, and Jackson Wright third in the 800, and Jordan Mutry from Hilton Head third in the high jump. So some of the top three finishers there in 4A, but certainly highlighted by those relay wins. Love the relays. Love Erlon too, though. So happy he got another state title.
Yeah, I mean, just some terrific names there. Erlon has been such a stud throughout the years. Awesome to see him continue to excel at this level and bring home some hardware for the Bluffton squad. Terrific guy, and we got into it on Friday night, just going through some of state champs. I was impressed by the number of athletes that won a state title individually or placed in the top three. I was quite amazed at our talent there on the track, and especially some of the field events. We had some terrific finishers over there, not just in 4A but 1A as well.
Yeah, and 1A was on Thursday, and we talked a little bit about that. But Jay
2A, I think I meant to say 2A.
2A was on Friday as well.
Yep.
Jonathan Kelly, the Jet, our friend from Whale Branch, also a friend of the show. He won the 110 hurdles, and I actually have a video of that. If you want to see that, it's pretty cool. That dude can fly. Where did I put it? It's a good one. It's worth it. I just called it Jet 110 hurdles. All right, here we go. Here goes the Jet. Taking the lead.
Good grief.
Yeah, this man can absolutely glide.
He reminds me of Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot.
There you
Holy
go.
Smokes.
Jonathan is a powerful runner. Just powerful.
Yeah.
He should be a factor for Willie White's football team this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Great point.
He returns kicks. He's a DB. If he ever gets his hands on one, goodbye. Pick six. He's going to be a weapon for them. So the Jet went in one. Ariana Allen from Hampton County, fastest girl in the state in 2A, won the 100 meters in 12.13 seconds. Kelly, by the way, 13.98 in the 110 hurdles, is flying. Some runners up: Tyler Davis from Hampton County, second in the triple jump. Larmore Pryor from Whale Branch in the long jump. Janiyah Pryor from Whale Branch in the triple jump. I believe we had both of them on at one point too. We had at least two Pryor girls on the show at one point. Kaya McQuire from Hampton County, second in the shot. And then third place finishes Allen again in the 200. Jemani Cheneyfield from Whale Branch in the 100 hurdles. Whale Branch girls 4x4. Hampton boys 4x1. Jordan Cowan from Whale Branch in the triple jump. Lyric Jones from Hampton County in the triple jump. And what did they tie? Or that one of them must have been the long jump. I don't know. Oh no, boys and girls, never mind. And Kaya McQuire from Hampton in the discus. So 2 podium finishes for Kaya. Outstanding day. And by the way, the Whale Branch boys finished 10th, Hampton 12th. Hampton girls finished 3rd, Whale Branch 4th. So really great season for those squads. And more speed that we're going to see coming back in football season. Where was Singletary? Agent Zero was 4th in the 400 hurdles and 6th in the 110 hurdles. So he's fast. And he's even faster on the football field, I think. So track season coming to a close. I'm sure some of those kids will be running some kind of AAU track in the off season. I know the Whale Branch kids have done that in the past, and we'll keep tabs on them throughout the summer. It's great sport, great training too for multi-sport athletes to incorporate into their lives.
Yes, well, especially for athletes who play other sports, but like especially in the winter, and then you get a chance in the spring to really just hone your skills, just pure athleticism with the track and the field event. So it's a great compliment to the sports. Of course, you have those guys that specialize in it and continue to show out there. It's a fun time of year. We also had 4A golf. that
Oh,
took
did you find
place.
results?
I'm looking. I don't see any of our local squads near the top. Blue Ridge leading the way in 4A. Bishop England second. AC Flora in third. Trying to find full results. I'm just looking at what I see on the Twitter right now. But I will see if I can find some more detailed results. But golf underway today in the first day of the. Most of them, I believe, are today, or if not, sometime this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think they're all today, maybe.
Yeah, I believe so.
But I do not know where to find the results. That's one thing. I know there's a like a website or app or something they use, but I never know how to find it. I got it from Campbell whenever it was girls season, but now I don't know. I don't know how to find the results. But Dane Go Golf will probably come in and tell us how the Bobcats did at least, and hopefully fill us in on the rest of it. But we are getting down to it, boys. We are running out of teams. We're going to be shifting gears pretty soon to a lot
Let's go
of
football.
chat, a lot of talking, and then we're going to start firing up for football because I've started compiling some schedules and started to get our
I
heads
kind of
around
took a look
that.
too.
How you
We've had
feeling,
some,
Marcus? That's your jam right there. High school football.
One of them, yeah,
Yeah.
and obviously the normal teams that I'm used to covering, uh, you know, that certain games are going to be big. Have
yep,
the Hilton Head Bluffton game circled, and May River's going to have a really good schedule, and a few
Yeah,
others.
we'll have to start
I would
breaking
I would
down.
really like to try to get out to a Whale Branch game, see what Willie White has in store. I'd like to see a couple other teams that we haven't seen as much as well. So be able to kind of do more with the schedule
Yeah,
as
we should
more of
have
them get
some.
filled out. But I
Should have
had
those spring
meetings
games going
today
on
about some of that
pretty
today too.
soon. I'm not sure
So
when those dates are, but
yeah. I mean, I know we started spring ball. Had a meeting today. I don't know if I'm allowed to announce yet who the head coach at Hardyville is, but we do have a head football coach in place. There, we may still be waiting for the ink to dry on the contract. I'm not sure, so I don't want to speak out of turn. But we got our guy. He's a guy that maybe not casual fans might not know him, but diehard football fans in the Loco certainly do, because he's had his hands on a lot of great players over the years at various different schools, ranging from middle school level to high school coordinator level, and going to get his first chance as a head coach at the Ville. So we're very excited about that, and we'll let the name out as soon as El Presidente gives us the lifts the embargo. I got to make sure I'm not speaking out of turn on that, but it's
right,
a good hire. It's gonna be positive. We're looking forward to it. And I think all the jobs are filled now.
yeah, no
So
more.
it's a good deal. We're ready to get down to business, boys.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's
look, we're
gonna
just
be a very
about
interesting year.
almost 2 months away from final preparations for WHHI Media Day. It comes around very, very quickly, and I'm
Sure
excited to
do.
see how
well,
everything. Yep.
we talked about that as well. There's going to be things that we're all going to be working on in the next couple of months, because it's going to be some changes,
Oh yeah.
um,
All
just a
right.
little bit. So stay
Okay.
stay tuned.
All
All right.
right. We look forward to that. I look forward to Media Day. Always good times. It's fat baby stuff.
Great event.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
had so much
Great
food
kickoff.
from that event over the years, going back to, I think, when I first started working there, whether working that event, whether it was, Publix chicken or
Yeah.
whatever. You're going
I
to get
remember the
good food at
first one
Media Day
was at the New
regardless.
River Auto Mall. I remember
Yes,
Yep.
that
Yep.
way back
that's
in the day.
Yep.
that's when I
What?
started covering it back in like
Yeah.
2013,
Yeah. So the
14, I guess it was.
countdown almost on for high school football, but don't forget, only a few weeks away from the Diamond Youth boys and
Yep,
baseball and softball
Yes,
district tournaments. So a
it's
lot
going to
of
be the next
that's
big
exciting
right.
thing
stuff
that I'm
coming up. Yep.
doing.
Speaking of which, we do need a couple of PA
The
announcers to
announcers,
help with
yes.
that tournament.
Yes.
I think Marcus has.
I told
Hold on
Wes
a
that I
second.
was
You
good
guys
for
talk amongst
both.
yourselves real quick. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
Yeah,
get a
I
we're
told you
suggestion.
a
in need
couple
of
weeks ago that I
some
was good
PA
for both.
announcers at Oscar in June, coming up in a couple weeks for both the softball and the baseball tournaments there. I'll be away one weekend, but I will be there for the baseball, but I will not be there for softball. So if we're trying to recruit anyone with at least some good public speaking experience to come down and announce some. It's a ton of fun. I've done PA announcing for over a decade now, and it's a
Yeah,
blast. It's a
it,
ton of fun.
it
So
is a lot of fun.
yep.
Done a bunch of it in my career as well, including a couple of years ago before last year's World Series. That's how I
Especially
kind of got started
Yeah,
with
especially it's
doing
fun to
that.
see
Was
the
with you
kids
a couple
because
of years
they
back.
love it. The kids love it when they're so young and they get to hear their name called out, announced. It's I mean, that's gotta feel good for kids. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's awesome. But yeah, it's important for us to find some volunteers to help us out, or find some people who are able
Linda
to.
Richmond, Coffee Talk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had to recognize Libby's joke here. Holy Roman Empire, neither holy nor Roman. Talk amongst
Oh,
yourselves. Discuss.
you
I'm
know,
a bit for
I
clothes.
rarely get all those pop culture references.
That is an old SNL sketch
Okay,
featuring
He's
Mike
got a
SNL.
bunch
Myers
of them.
as
Yeah.
Linda Richmond,
By
Coffee
the way,
Talk.
50 years. They just wrapped up season 50 of SNL.
Sure
How
did.
about that?
Yeah, that's
Whew,
With
crazy.
Scarlett Johansson.
man.
I am still an avid fan of SNL and watch it every week. Watch most episodes more than once, and I know Libby does too because we text each other about it. Saturday Night Live changed my whole life. Like I swear to God,
That's a,
it
that's
formed
a
me as a person,
important.
both the comedy and the musical guests. Just
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely changed, just molded my life.
it's
I mean,
changed television. It's such an important.
I
Uh,
remember seeing Faith No More play Epic on Saturday Night Live and being like, wow, there's a style of music that I had no idea existed and I love it. And the rest was history. But man, it was incredible. It's a
yeah, I
great
mean,
show. It was a great season. The cast right now is really solid. They're underrated. I think they have some moments. They have some weird stuff in there, definitely. But Libby and I both watch much weirder stuff that we laugh at. So it's still pretty tame by most standards. But I think they do a good job of poking fun at life. It is
yeah, no,
counterculture. It is counterculture. Yeah,
yeah, it's
always
definitely,
was.
and you see all the alums of Saturday Night Live moving on to bigger things and getting solo careers, and it's
Yeah.
such. I mean, you talk about so many of
Well,
the
and then
alums.
you talk about all the people who wrote for Saturday Night Live and what they went
Oh,
on to do.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's
Yeah.
incredible. And that's probably my dream job at some level is to be a writer for Saturday Night Live. But I just didn't ever know how to approach that, and I knew how to do this. So
Right.
here we are. But one day, I'm gonna write jokes for television. I'm telling you, if not a whole sitcom, it's my dream. Let's shout out some more sponsors. We got, of course, Hudson Seafood House on the docks, the presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. New episode tonight. I sat in for Rich Basirico, who was busy up in St. George celebrating, watching the Dolphins bring home what I am told is the first ever baseball state championship at Hilton Head
wow.
Prep. I thought that might be true, but I
Makes
didn't
it
want to speak out of turn once again
I had no
earlier.
idea because
makes it even better if
I'd
that's the case.
assumed that I've assumed they had some in the past just because of how prolific that program
Right,
seemed to be, but that's
right.
historic right there, getting the first one
First
in
one, which really explains
program
why
history.
Rich was there, because
Yeah,
wanted to be there, because Rich
right.
was the baseball coach way back at May River
Way back.
Academy before the
Uh,
merger. He and Dave
Dave
Adams
Adams.
were
Dave
Whenever the
there
Adams did
opposite is
together.
of throwing
basketball.
someone
He
under the
did
bus,
baseball.
yeah,
They worked together with football and track
Yeah, craziness.
that's
But
awesome.
anyway, Hudson
back in
Seafood
the
House on the
80s.
Really
docks,
cool.
great place for seafood, sunsets, and cocktails on Hilton Head Island, and presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. New sponsor Hilton Head Furniture, bringing great handcrafted furniture down from Hickory, North Carolina, to the Low Country to sell to you and keep it in your home for a long time. And our other new sponsor, Hilton Head Island Windows and Doors, HHI Windows and Doors. Coach Barron, the legendary coach from Hilton Head Prep, won a couple of state championships and then took over the window and door business. He's going to help you improve your view of the Low Country. And speaking of state champs who joined us on the way home after winning the title, we've got some friends in the green room. Looks like Jackson Stanyard and company going to join us here live on the Lowdown. What's up, buddy?
What's up, boys?
Woo! You guys were able to pull it off tonight. We're learning that this is what do we got? Do what?
Listen, it's been a long time. It's taken a long time. We got all the boys with us.
Oh, that's
awesome. Yeah! Little piece of metal, little piece of jewelry right here.
Let's go,
that's
boys.
Awesome.
Let's go. Outstanding stuff. I hope you guys can hear us over there, but certainly proud of you guys, proud of your coach who we've known for a long time, Coach Wells. We understand this is the first baseball state championship in Hilton Head Prep history, which kind of blew our minds.
Right, sir.
How
That's
about that?
Right. First state championship,
awesome.
Baseball state championship in Hilton Head Prep history, man. Coach Wells, what was the year?
What's up?
What's the year?
1986 was the first.
1986, first year Hilton Head Prep opened up, man.
That's right.
We're gonna get it done after 41 years, baby.
That is unreal. Gotta check your math on that.
What does that mean?
39 years.
That's
what
you
I
guys to
There
make,
you go.
I'm not going to school for academics. I'll tell you what.
Wait, aren't you going to Rhodes College?
Yeah, man, I'm lucky.
I think that's a pretty high academic profile,
I'll
buddy.
tell you what. If I didn't know how to play baseball, I would not be there.
Jackson Stanyard, talk to me about how you guys locked in after trailing by a couple runs and how you guys responded and got the job done today.
Yeah, well, it gave me a little bit of PTSD, a few flashbacks. If you saw the game on Friday? We had a game on Thursday, man. We 7th inning, 3-5. It was the same situation. And gosh, we just talked to our guys. We had one last game. We had our boys make crazy plays. We had Calvin Middleton made a sick catch, helped us out hugely. Brandon Espinosa, all 7 innings, man, just dominating the whole time. Oh my gosh.
Big Papi.
Big Papi, that's exactly right.
Vamos, Papi. Hey, Papi.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Yeah, man, I've been calling him Big Papi and little Wes Espinosa medium Papi since they were about 12. So
about 12 years old, man.
Since you were 12.
Yeah.
Since he was 12, that's a legit.
No, I've been watching them boys since they were little and calling them Big Papi and Medium Papi. So
Big Papi
definitely,
and Medium Papi.
there ain't no Lil Papi in that group, that's for
Ain't
sure.
no Lil Papi, that's right.
But no, tell us just a little bit about this group of guys. I mean, to go 28-3 against a fairly challenging schedule. Obviously, your region wasn't quite what you had played in the past, but you went out and played some people and challenged yourself and came through it, with a great record and obviously a state championship. So tell us a bit about this team and this season and this journey that you guys have been on.
Yes, sir. Well, I mean, it's just an incredible group of guys. I got my 2 seniors here with me, along with me, man. I mean, Sam Boshin, he's been a dog. He's been a dog for us all year. We just keep the team morale high. Everybody keeps the team morale high. And then we got a bunch of juniors on this team. You'll be seeing them next year. They're making another run next year. And they're just electric group of guys. A couple freshmen. It's just, we have great team chemistry. And just, that's all I can say,
Always together, man. Always together.
Always together. It's a great group of guys. I can't say enough about them.
Togetherness, yeah. I mean, we saw that as you guys found a way to keep fighting this series and eventually get that victory here to wrap it up today. But talk to me about Coach Wells and how he pushed you guys to become the best possible team you could be as you went to the playoffs, and how was he able to support you and what did he tell you before today's game to get you guys in the right mindset?
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, man. Coach Wells has been a huge mentor to especially me, but to all of us. He's a guy that you can call any time of the day, any time of night, and he'll pick up and he'll answer your questions and he'll help you out, not only in baseball but in life. All of our coaches, not just Coach Wells, the whole coaching staff. Coach Susie. I know you'll know him. He's been like a father to me, helping me through pitching. I mean, it's just all of these coaches have something that they bring to the table, and it's just building us up. It's never tearing us down. I mean, I love all those guys with all my heart, and I will be back to see these dudes.
Yeah, man. So the elephant in the room is, Wells was about ready to hang it up a couple years ago, and you guys talked him into hanging on for a while. Now you've given him that state championship and the opportunity to ride off into the sunset. Are the returning guys going to be able to lure him back to try to go back to back?
I mean, I don't. That's a coach. You can't ask me that. That's a Coach Wells question. I'm gonna get in trouble for answering that question.
well, put him on the spot, man. Is he coming back? Has he got to go talk to the wife first, or what?
Well, I mean, no comment. I'm gonna say
no comment.
I heard a no comment in there,
so we don't get fined.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So we'll have to follow up on that one. We'll have to get Wellesley on to reflect on all this here in the coming days and put him on the spot again.
Just Jackson, how does it feel to make history, not just getting that state title, but to get the very first one in the history of your school, a school that has been going on for several decades, and you getting the very first baseball state championship at a school with such a storied athletic history? What does that mean to you, and what does that mean to the rest of you guys as well?
Yeah, man. Well, for me, it means I left my mark. I wasn't, I was never the valedictorian in question, never had good grades to go to prep, but I could play baseball a little bit, and being with my boys every time, stepping out on the field, man, that lets me know I left my mark on the school. It was an incredible experience the whole time, and gosh, I don't even know what to say, man. I'm in such like a rush right now. I can't even tell you. But we've been working for it every single day, and being able to get it done for the school and for these boys and for these coaches, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man. They let you stop on the way home and get something to eat? What?
Oh, we got food at the field. The concession stand cooked us up some dogs and burgers. Had a little grill on it. It was real nice.
Yeah, that's a good meal to have, but may have to take you to a nice formal steak dinner or something to celebrate.
Well, I'm just saying, the other night when we came home from the soccer game with the Canes, and we just won the lower state championship, we stopped in that country Circle K there, in Johnsonville or whatever it is, that speed trap. And man, everybody in there was our biggest fans because the kids were still in their uniforms, and they were like, "You guys had a game?" And they're like, "Yeah, we're going to state." And like kids were showing every stranger highlights of their goal and stuff. Like, it was amazing. So you guys should pop in a gas station and just make a bunch of friends tonight.
We might stop at a Waffle House on the way home and
start
chefing up our own food. What do you think about that?
Yeah. There we go. That sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. But you definitely got to celebrate this night. You can't let it just go away into the night. You gotta savor it for as long as you can.
Especially for you seniors. But you mentioned it. You got a ton of returners coming back. You look at guys like Espinoza, Middleton, among others. How excited are you for what this future group of underclassmen can do as they try to run this back next year?
Well, I'll tell you what, this underclass group is insane. I mean, we got Sam Middleton. I'm saying right now, if these people freaking hits the gym a couple times, he's going Power 5, and I truly believe in that. He's a dog, and you need to watch out for Sam Middleton. Brandon Espinoza, like I said, he throws hard, he hits the ball hard, he's a dog. I mean, I can't say much more about him. He's just a dog. Calvin Middleton, he's got one more year next year. He's our we call him the turnover guy, dog. We got Brandon Hunter, another dog. Finian Rooney, dog. Ollie Smith, dog. All around the whole group. Oliver Barracks, dog. Clayton, Milwaukee, Pick'em. Look out for all of them. They're coming for us next year.
Well, hey, you're starting to break up on us a little bit, Jackson. But we hear that you got a whole busload of dogs. And we know that's a fact because you just went 28-3, won a state championship. So, congratulations, y'all boys.
As long as you heard we got a whole bus full of dogs, then we're good.
A whole bus full of dogs, man. And we know that's a fact. So we got dogs in the Loco. Hilton Head Christian taking the 4A title. Y'all taking the 3A title. I mean, the Locos got baseball on lock, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're
Hey,
losing you.
it's a good time to be from the Loco. I'll tell you what.
Go.
Heck yeah, man. Always is. Well, we appreciate y'all, boys. Y'all get home safe. Enjoy the evening and enjoy the day at school tomorrow, basking in the glow. I know it's going to be a fun day for y'all.
Yes, sir. Hey, say goodbye. Hey, bye, y'all. Hey, thank y'all for the support. Yeah, thank y'all for the support. Take care, y'all.
Have a good one, guys. Congrats.
Congrats, fellas.
Man,
That's
that's
awesome stuff.
Wow.
Shout out to Johnny Campbell for reaching out and soliciting that opportunity because that was awesome. Those are our favorite things when we get to celebrate with the
that's gonna be
boys.
on the highlight
Yeah.
reel for a while when we advertise this show. We get to have those clips of those baseball state champs celebrating the bus. Those are my favorite kind of interviews.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Jackson Stanier was a pro, very self-deprecating about his academic prowess, but that young man is going to play baseball at Rhodes College, and they don't let fools in there. So that man, he's done fine for himself in the classroom, and you can tell by the way he handled himself there that he's going to be just fine. And the kid can play ball, absolutely.
Good group. What a special group of kids. And their coach knew how to get the most out of them, and just really impressed by the way they responded tonight. How coach was able to put them back in the right direction. These kids don't need that kind of motivation because they know what's at stake. They knew what was on the line here tonight, and they just dug in like a bunch of dogs that they are, and really fun to hear them celebrate and to soak it in, to savor it, because like you said, this is what you play for, to earn those moments and earn those celebrations, and one that they will be remembering for a long time. And certainly they have left their mark on this program by being the first to win it. It's hard to believe, but it is the first state championship for Hilton Prep baseball.
It is hard to believe. They had some teams that got pretty close back, when Jake Martin and when Luke Kent was coaching there. They had some teams that went pretty deep, but they always ran into Lawrence Manning or Wilson Hall or somebody that was stacked and just couldn't quite get over the hump. So, it would have been, boy, I would have loved to have seen Prep in 4A this year. That would have been really fun.
Oh man, would love to have seen it. Like I said,
see how that would have gone.
But hey, like I said, 2 state champs in 1 year.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty awesome. So we'll have to get the Eagles on. And by the way, let's maybe we'll segue into that and celebrate what they did, because that was that was quite a statement to victory.
Quite a turnaround after game 1.
Well, it all started after the comeback when they were down 3, and they're down 3-0 in game 2.
Yep.
It was not looking good when I got there to the cage on Thursday night, and then it all turned around. It was really that Slade Bird home run, but after that, they found their stride offensively. I think the most impressive was that drawing 12 walks. They just kept getting guys on, and when you keep getting guys on and grind out at bats like that, it's hard to stop you.
Right. Yeah, they were a real problem the other night, and I've got a few highlights here, but I don't know what order they come in, honestly. So I don't know what all we're looking at, but I do know that they came from our friend Toby Colella. I know this was a big knock early in the game, obviously based on the lighting. Right here, and it's a little slicing liner down the line. Somehow carries into the corner, and we got a base clearing triple. And the Eagles are on fire, and then we got more. Oh, I think that one's oh, here we go. These are late in the game. Here we go. Oh boy, wow! The cowbells are ringing. Oh no. Oh no. Throw it away. Oh boy. That was big. And then I got a fever. Yeah, I know. The place got to rocking.
More cowbell, more cowbell, more
And then
cowbell.
this should be. All right, here we go. This one should be finishing touches right here. Fly ball to the left.
There
He's
it
got
is.
it.
Dog pile
And the celebration is
is
on.
coming.
Look at that.
Awesome.
They got a confetti cannon
Oh, heck yeah.
or something. I don't know. There's air horns. There's train horns.
Turnout by the student section right there.
Horns of
Yeah.
many kinds.
Yeah.
Horns aplenty. There were horns aplenty.
A little bit back-to-back
And,
titles for the Eagles. And this one even more impressive than the first because this was 4. They're playing with the big dogs. And I'll tell you what, I am truly impressed by what this team was able to do coming as the 4 seed, winning it all.
unbelievable.
Yep.
Really was an impressive effort this season, but especially in the postseason. Definitely the definition of a team that
Clicked.
was getting better and better and
Yeah.
better, and then played their best ball at the end when you want to. Everybody played their role. Hetzel was really good on the mound Friday. Went 6, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, all unearned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He did hit 3. Effectively wild. And then Anthony
Yes.
Seminara finished it off with a clean 7th inning. Richardson had that 3-run triple that we saw. Jackson Richardson. Hetzel also had a triple and an RBI. Seminara had a couple of hits and an RBI. Eli Morgan had a couple of hits. So, and he was in the 9 hole. So, that's awesome to see. They really pitched around Roman. He only got 1 official at bat, had a walk.
Yeah, he was the
got
big
hit twice. They hit him twice. They might not have liked the way he admired the home run to end game 2.
Yeah, and I will say that just going back to their just continued excellence at the plate, even though they didn't score in that first inning, they worked 30 pitches. They made the starter throw 30 pitches, and he only ended up lasting 2 2/3. They really did a good job of being in the bullpen and chasing those starters those last 2 games, and they were able to grind out to some important runs and just really outstanding turnaround. I mean, it all started midway through game 2, and that's just the way this team does play. They'll fight you until they're last out, and just to see that series just turn on its head when it looked like Ben Lippin was going to run away with that second game and win the series. Hilton Head Christian Academy just find a way to get runners on to put them in the best positions possible to move them in, and it takes a total team effort, and that's what we saw those last 2 games. And I'm just really impressed by the depth of this group and everybody buying in to the task at large. And like I said, just like Hilton at Prep, there's going to be a lot of returners. There are a couple.
Yeah. Only 1 senior.
Yeah, only 1
Hayden
senior.
Brooks.
So, yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they're going to be a problem again. And again, the JV and middle school
and
programs are well stocked, so it's going to be good.
Yeah,
It's going to be good for a while.
Indeed, just like you mentioned with although Hilton at Prep, I think they'll be competitive, but like we talked to all those Jackson Senior agrees they got a lot coming back, but
I got a busload of dogs.
Yes, they do. Great time to be he's a baseball fan here in the Low Country. Not 1 but 2 state titles, and Jay Scarborough. What a job he did filling in and replacing what JW did this past year, and as he is brought into an even better spot than he found it in terms of taking over the reins. Yeah. And I'm sure JW is certainly proud of what he has done, and he definitely learned a lot from what this team was last year and overseeing JW Wilkerson, and now he's the guy, and he has brought this program to even greater heights. And
Roman Colella suggests there may be reinforcements coming in the portal. As there often are when you have success.
Yes.
And I was going to say though, it's not like that Prep and Christian are doing this at the expense of our public school teams, or that our public school teams are that it's because they're not good or anything either. It's like we just have the depth of talent at this point in baseball that it's sustaining a really good May River team,
Really is.
a really good Bluffton team that's been getting better and better every year. And then we still have Hilton Christian, Hilton Prep, and JP2's got a solid program going too. So we really have a lot of baseball talent. It's spread out. It's not like these teams are rolling around with all the all stars that should be at all these other schools. A lot of it's homegrown kids that have come up through HHCA and played middle school and JV and varsity ball there. And same for prep. They've had a lot of those kids in their system for a long time. So and then Hilton Head is not, they had a down year this year because they were so young, but that's been a very successful program. So every program south of the Broad is really flourishing. And it's not like these guys are just raiding the cupboard and leaving everybody else with nothing. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of excitement to
What were you
go
saying?
on.
Were you talking, Marcus? I couldn't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you right now. Not sure what happened. We lost you when you went dark a while ago, I guess. But go ahead, Wes, while Marcus gets this.
Yeah, just you see what happened to May River. You see what happened to Bluffton. You saw how those teams fought this year. It's contagious, and they know they see what's going on over there in Skeeza ball, and the rising tide situation where you have those outstanding seasons from some of those Skeeza teams that makes an important mark on others as well. And I just think that where Hilton Head Christian Academy is, and Bluffton is continuing to grow as a town, and that kind of school is going to attract a lot more talent. And that baseball success, you hope it spreads back to football, and that football program continues to improve as well throughout the years. And so after a Hilton Head Prep school year where football was a little down this year, although still a solid year. Basketball is a little down this year. That baseball season, that baseball team came up big in the spring, and fantastic for that team and this program as a whole. Back-to-back titles in any sport is no easy feat in skis, especially when you have to go up and do it in 4A when you had to move up this year. So, I mean, just cannot be more proud of what this team was able to accomplish as a whole this year. As you said, I mean, it's all about playing your best ball this time of year, and you look at the teams they play. I mean, they played the IMG Academy very early. I remember Max telling us all about that, and we learned a lot from playing a team like that for sure, and other squads as well.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we got you.
I was saying, just if I can interject for just a second, I was saying a couple of seconds ago after taking a quick phone call from the boss, we're all one in this thing. So I completely agree with what JJ was saying, about the south of the Broad certainly having the talent right now, but it's not a competition of we have more than you and Skeeza versus
Oh
Ice.
no,
We're all one.
Oh yeah, 100%. But they're not necessarily all one. But like what I'm saying is like it's not a situation where just like one program or two programs are rating or hoarding all the talent and having success.
That's true too.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it is that you got some people moving, between programs when they think there's a better situation for them. But for the most part, it's everybody's fully stocked, and if somebody's moving, it's because they're blocked in the system they're in. It's like minor league trades, like you don't want a guy who's blocked at the big league level. And there's some of that going on, and I think that actually can be a good thing. But we want people to find a good home where it's a good fit and they have success and it's all positive. But yeah, we've got great depth in baseball right now, and the depth in softball's coming. I'm telling you, give us a few years, we're going to catch up. We're behind, but we're going to catch up. Yeah, Buford baseball did go down. They won Friday night to stay alive. 9-1, smoked them Friday night, and then just ran out of gas on Saturday, lost 9-3, and then May River falling off tonight with the loss to Hartsville 5-1 after losing 14-4 on Saturday. Oh, you were over there at the?
Yeah, I was over there tonight and just couldn't get much going. I thought Swafford was great in the circle. She was pretty much all you wanted her to be. A couple of errors plagued them late, which extended the lead for Hartsville. Just couldn't get enough done offensively and only had like one or two hits throughout the first like 5 or 6 innings, and you just got to find a
Yeah.
way to produce a little more if you want to win that game. So another great year for Mariners softball. That's 2 years in a row where they've gotten pretty deep in the playoffs. So they're building something strong over there. Now just continue to find a way to get it a little bit more talent. I thought their pitching was solid for the most part this year. I thought Nagel was great. I thought that Swafford was solid, but you just need a little bit more. Defensively, it's little plays make a big difference, and they can find a little bit more pop at the plate. I think that they're going to be formidable in the future. But I'm excited for what we could see in the future for this Mariners softball squad. But another solid year to wrap up that season, and I was happy to see. Happy to see Buford battle this year. Bluff had a little bit of a down year. Hilton had a little bit of a down year. But you hope that softball will continue to improve. And I think that travel ball, you need to find more opportunities to expand your horizons, I think. And I think I think we're in the right direction with softball, but I'd like to see it grow a little bit more as we progress towards these next couple of years, because I think what you're doing over there, the grassroots level, very important. I'd love to see a lot more young women play softball around here and
Well,
continue.
on that note, there's definitely more opportunity there's ever been.
Yeah.
But on Sunday we did have a good session. We did not have a lot of girls, but they got really quality reps. Delcy Swift was out there, former Hilton Head High star, now pitching for Jacksonville University, as well as Anna Caraballo, who pitched at May River and is now attending College of Charleston, and her mom's still trying to convince her to take a spot on the team that she's been offered. And her mom, Holly, was out there helping us out as well. So we had a great coach to player ratio, and we're going to run it back on Sunday. We're going to be 1 to 5 on Sunday at Hardyville High School. Younger girls, age 9 to 12, we'll be going from 1 to 2:30, and then 2:30 to 3:30 we'll have pitchers and catchers specifically. So if you want pitching training or catching training, we'll do that for an hour. And then the high school age girls, 3:30 to 5. So you can come for the hour and a half skill training and the hour pitching. It's $20 per session. So for $40 you can get 2.5 hours of training, which is unheard of from high level trainers. So we're just trying to make it accessible to everybody, and a space where those who don't have access to the travel team and the regular practices and the field time can get their reps and try to get better and get some really high level training from some girls who have blazed the trail for girls in the area. Because Kylie Rask is going to be joining us soon, as well as Jordan Slocum. They're both in North Greenville, and we're still looking for more. So girls that are home for the summer that are playing softball somewhere or played in high school and want to help us coach the next generation up, come on out and help us out. We'd love to hear from you. So yes, softball is coming next. It's our next sport coming up.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, and just great to see the work that you did over there in Hardyville, and to see what you've done with those younger girls. So with Finley, with her experience playing softball, and
I've coached a lot of rec softball the last couple of years. I mean, obviously much more experience in baseball, but I've fallen in love with softball and coaching the girls. They just have a different vibe. The girls they bring a little less serious. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. They're just a little bit easier to get through to at this age, it seems like. They love it, man. They love to practice. They have so much fun. The boys sometimes are so hard on themselves that they stop having fun when they get serious about it. And the girls don't seem to stop having fun, even when it's hard. And I think that's what I appreciate about coaching them. They're always about having fun. And it's got to be fun. The girls do dance and they chant. And I mean, I used to be super annoyed with the chants, and I've come to love the chants. I
think they're fun. They're
fun.
Yeah, they're creative.
Soundtrack.
They're really creative. It's not just 1 or 2 things. Like they have a bunch of them that they do. And
and what I like about them is that they force them to stay engaged in the game.
Right.
Because most of the chants require you to know what just happened.
Yes. They're very
I like that
on what goes on, and other
shows
sports.
Me that they're paying attention.
There are other sports where players they're not engaged. Like I'll see a bunch of basketball games or soccer games sometimes, and you just see some players on the bench. They're just not very engaged or into it. Now that doesn't happen all the time, but there are moments where it's just like they're not attentive to what's happening. But I feel like softball, you definitely see those players in the dugout, fired up and just cheering every second on every pitch, and it's
right.
That's the best part of it.
That first weekend of the NCAA, the Women's College World Series was amazing. The Supers are going to be phenomenal. So if you're not watching college softball, you should get on the board. Get on board. It is
Super
fun.
regionals, I believe, are coming up.
They just played the regionals this past weekend.
They just played the regionals.
Supers
coming
up next.
There were some good ones these last couple days in regionals. So Supers should be interesting. We got to that's what I was thinking of. There was a big upset that happened.
A major upset. Liberty.
Liberty.
Liberty took out A&M, number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, that was. Yes, it was the Flames, not Ole Miss. Ole Miss is regionals, but Liberty was the team that I was thinking of. So that's pretty cool.
They got them. It was pretty incredible that they were able to take out A&M, number 1 seed, gone. Or I guess A&M ended up getting them. No, they got them in the one game, but then Liberty beat them 6-5 in the IF game. Yeah. So Liberty moves on. I know that Delsey was really rooting for them because I think maybe she's rooting for the small school, the mid-major, right, to try to break through. I just root for anybody but Oklahoma because I still think that Oklahoma has the biggest unfair advantage in all of college sports by playing the World Series in their backyard.
Yes, in their backyard.
Yeah,
I think that's garbage. LSU went down as well. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, some big upsets over there.
So Supers, we got Texas Tech versus Florida State, 12-5. Clemson against Texas in the 11-6. Georgia, Florida. Georgia was unseeded. They'll take on number 3 Florida. South Carolina, number 8 against number 9 UCLA. Number 2 Oklahoma against number 15 Alabama, which is low-key a good series. Number 7 Tennessee against unseeded Nebraska. Number 4 Arkansas against unseeded Ole Miss. And at number 16 Oregon against unseeded Liberty. So that's the beauty of it too.
How about that?
As by knocking off the 1, they assume the 1 seed's path.
Right, but you still have to go on the road for the Supers since Oregon's a national seed. Kind of like what Davidson almost did. They almost knocked off A&M after they beat that Liberty. That reminds me a lot of that Davidson team that knocked off in baseball, that knocked off Carolina in this Chapel Hill Regional. Tell you what, they were one of the lowest seed teams in the tournament, but that's the beauty of it. Doesn't matter how you got there.
You know who the coach at Liberty is, right? And this name might not mean anything to you, but the coach is Dot Richardson. And she's a legend. And she's kind of like come out of retirement to coach this team. I guess she's been with them for a while now, but she's a legend, and so I think they may have a shot. This is not just an upstart situation. She's been around the game for a long time and is one of the foremost names. She played professionally for ever and ever. I was like the quintessential American softball player. So 5-time All-American in college. I didn't even know you could do that, but she did.
There you go.
It was because she was recognized one year as an All-American by 2 organizations because she played at Western Illinois and then at UCLA. But she played in 5 Pan Am games, 5 World Championships, and won 5 Pan Am game gold medals, 4 World Championship gold medals. Helped Team USA win Olympic gold in Atlanta and Sydney. Hit the game-winning home run in the gold medal game in '96. She's a legend. Yeah, legend. So I guess she's been there since 2013. I didn't realize that.
Oh.
But she's got them on the cusp now.
Doing special.
Yeah, man. Brandon, where you been, bro? We had the whole team on the bus on the show live. Come on,
About a
Yeah,
half hour
you're gonna have
ago.
to watch
we did.
watch the replay. Watch the replay. But all right, boys, I think we've done enough damage. So let's get to our final sponsors and our parting thoughts. If we have anything left to talk about, Base Hit
I
Life,
got a
baseball
couple.
and softball themed apparel. Live your best base hit life and get yourself right for the diamond at basehitlife.com. Dr. Ambrose Cole, official chiropractor. Find him at Rooted Living Wellness in Bluffton, and he'll get you feeling right in mind, body, and spirit. Reverence Wrestling Club, official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. Barefoot Floor Care of the Low Country, getting your floors so clean your feet will thank you. And Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. And shout out one more time to HHI Windows and Doors, Coach Barron, shades of Coach Barron tonight with another state
Yes.
championship team.
How about
Connor Campbell, by the way,
yeah.
Connor Campbell, 4 rings, 3 basketball, 1
Wow.
baseball.
How about
Solid
that?
career.
Holy,
Oh, almost
holy
one for all the
smokes.
fingers.
Yep, solid career.
Yep.
All right, parting thoughts, Marcus Walsh.
Kind of makes sense that Coach Barron, was all about getting his guys on the glass, getting things rolling. Now he's
Yeah, there
making
you go.
sure that your
That's
glass
great.
is in
That's
gear.
perfect.
Yeah. Um, Tell you what, guys, I'm a little bit frustrated the last few days with my Cleveland Guardians. They went to Cincinnati and they just did not do well in the clutch offensively. They were able to do some things on the mound, and defensively they seem like they're getting by, but they need a spark offensively, and I'm not really sure where they're going to be getting it. Hopefully, Lane Thomas comes back soon. CJ Kafis is tearing it up in Columbus as well. He could possibly help sooner rather than later. A few other guys, but got a brutal stretch coming up with Minnesota,
Minnesota's been
Detroit,
hot.
and then the Los Angeles Dodgers come in on Memorial Day to start what I
Ooh.
believe is a 3-game series at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario, and then the LA Angels. So these next 4 series are going to be big. I know they were down 2-1 tonight, and then the rains came. I think the game has resumed, but I don't know the score at the moment. And then I was at the Hilton Head All American Football Camp on Friday before getting on with Wes. Was there for a couple of hours with the Funky Bunch, and you can check the interviews that I did there on the WHHI Daily News now until 5 o'clock tomorrow in the second block. And always great to be out there. Was actually able to talk to a camper who was having a great time, and certainly get some of the coach perspective and certainly player perspective, and multiple facets with some of the guys that I was able to talk to. Got a ton of information that some of the recordings didn't quite work, but got a few interviews in, and had a great time. Always a great time there at the All American Football Camp. Wes, were you able to get out there? I know you were telling me the other day you
Yeah, I
might.
was planning to. I had some stuff come up over the weekend, but it's a terrific event, and Coach Payne put so much time into it. BJ Payne, and it continues to be such an awesome thing that they do every year. And those kids just gotta really enjoy every part of that. Being able to, how many times you get to work and just be a part of this with uh, current college and NFL players. What a
Right.
treat for those young
Next
boys and
year,
girls. Yeah.
absolutely. That's a great point there, Wes, because I did see a couple of girls out there playing.
Yeah.
Next year will be year 14 in South Carolina for the event, and
Wow.
overall year number 20. And
Wow.
and
Outstanding.
BJ told me they're going to be doing it up big. So I'll
Ooh, geez,
definitely get his
I'll
thoughts on
definitely
it
have to.
next year, and
Yeah, I'll
definitely
definitely
get
have
out
to
there
make
for
it for
that.
sure next year,
Yeah.
because there's gonna be some big things going on. So mark your calendars for 2026. But I guess I will go with my parting thoughts. First off, huge congratulations to both our baseball state champions, Hilton and Christian Hilton and Prep, 2 outstanding
Yeah.
seasons, and they both had to earn it. They both had to go 3 games in those championship series, and uh, there were moments where that looked like they were both about to be on the sour end of it. But you talk about what Hilton and Christian was able to do in game 2 to turn momentum, and then after heartbreak in that game 2 for Prep, turn the page over to Monday and being able to just battle and come from behind, and Espinoza delivering the tremendous start here tonight, and what a momentous day for that program first. And I mean, that team has been playing baseball since the 80s, I believe. So just incredible milestone achievement to finally get it done, and historic evening, historic day for that school. And Rich Basirico must have been quite happy to see it in person, to see that state championship, and for a school that has a ton. Getting that first baseball title, I mean, it's a historic moment for sure. And those kids were a part of that, and they made history for that school. So, congratulations, Eagles! Congratulations to the Dolphins, picking up skis as state titles 2 in 1 baseball season. That is outstanding. And then another, it's a Loco tie, but a national event. Our former champion, Scotty Scheffler, winning the GA. And I'll tell you what, it got pretty interesting very quickly on Sunday. John Rahm kind of snuck up and made it very tight. He actually tied Scheffler into the back 9, but Rahm kind of faltered down the stretch, and he was very quickly out of it as Scotty Scheffler stayed steady. But his big day was Saturday. Scheffler absolutely caught fire on moving day, and it was hard to deny him, even though it certainly got a little tense on Sunday. But you had the feeling that Scotty was going to find a way to get it done. He's a guy that he goes about his business when he's in the lead, potential to win the tournament most of the time. So 65, including an eagle, and he almost aced the par 4. That was a crazy hole. It was a par 4 14th, and he had like 5 or a 3-foot putt for eagle on a par 4. That's insane.
It's a fun hole.
Yeah,
it's a fun hole.
Really is.
I don't know. I talked about it on Under the Bus, but I wasn't surprised to see Rahm fold. He hasn't played a 72-hole event under pressure. I mean,
but
in a long
there
time.
is a step that I saw today that is a very humbling one. If you are a fan of a certain team, and you might be able to guess which one based on where the tournament was held. Of course, Quail Hollow Country Club in Charlotte, North Carolina, just a couple of miles close to
I saw that stat
the
too.
Carolina Panthers have played, and yes, quite the stat here. Scotty Scheffler, since 2022, 15 wins on the tour, has more wins than the Carolina Panthers have wins since 2022. They have 14. Scheffler is 15.
Oh, that one stings, doesn't it, Wes? But I think things are going to be looking up for the Panthers. I think they're on the rise.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you what,
but your Canes are still in it.
Canes are, they're into the conference finals. They're getting ready to go start tomorrow against the Florida Panthers. So that should be a ton of fun. But
I've got a parter for you. It's a week old, but I ran across it today scrolling the feed. The algorithm determined it was time for me to see it, and so I just dug it up. Our friend, this family is a friend of the show, a friend of Loco. The Rucknos, Alyssa Ruckno, was named the South Carolina Coaches Association of Women's Sports 4A Tennis Player of the Year. She was the singles champ in the fall. Is that right?
I believe.
I think so, because I thought I remembered that.
I can take a look. I have the brackets.
I thought I remembered that we made a big deal of the fact that she had followed in her sister's steps. I could be misremembering, but nonetheless, this certainly follows in her sister's steps, and her sister playing for Army, right? Isn't that right? She's at West Point. She's at West Point. I'm sure of that.
My sister also played for Hilton, or my sister, not your sister, but my sister played for Hilton Head High back in the day. So part of the state championship team over there when they went on a 6-peat. They won 6 in a row. In the day, they were a powerhouse.
powerhouse.
Yep.
Powerhouse. But
Oh, indeed.
Alyssa Ruckno, congratulations. Great family. Speaking
Yep.
of great families, we talked about a lot of those tonight, including the Campbell family. Thanks to Johnny Campbell for setting it up tonight to get the call in from the
Yeah,
bus
that was
ride
a fun
home.
surprise.
Love that. Love that. Definitely, as you mentioned earlier, Marcus, going to miss those Campbell siblings. Courtney and Connor have been,
Hey, we'll still get to
and
watch
Katie
Courtney
before
though,
them.
balled out USTB.
That's right. And it sounds like
True.
Connor has a little interest from a few schools as well.
Right.
And is also
You
considering
know what? Maybe he'll end up at
playing club
USTB.
ball at USC.
Be fun too.
Well, he has had a little conversation with them
Yeah.
before, but
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll see what shakes out for him. But definitely want to see him get a chance to keep playing the game because nobody plays harder or with more love for the game, no matter what he's playing, than Connor Campbell. That dude goes all out. He's just a sweat ball the whole time. Love to watch him play.
110%, 100% of the time.
That's
Love
right.
it.
Just like Braden Deneen, that was another one who reminded me
Yeah.
of him.
Oh,
The way he
Oh,
played
I
glue
so
loved
hard all the
watching
time.
him
Man, glue
play.
Just
guy.
dripping in
Especially on
sweat
the
all the
basketball court. Great quarterback, but man, he was fun to watch in
Ah.
basketball as well.
Loved it. Loved it.
Yes.
All right,
Baller.
boys. Well, it's been fun celebrating some dudes and remembering some others, and
Well,
we'll do it
we
again
still
real
have one
soon.
more
But
team. We still have one more team to root on.
uno
Your
más.
very own, the Hardyville Hurricanes. We're gonna have to have a show, or at least a good portion of the show dedicated to them. Maybe tomorrow, could we get some guys from the Canes to come on the show?
I think we could probably arrange that. We
Yeah,
could
I
check
mean,
out
they're our
some.
only team left, so we gotta give them our full
They are.
full coverage.
And they'll be well versed in the media by tomorrow because they got to do the press conference tomorrow
Yes.
for the high school league. But there they are, warming up, and then here's the first goal against St. John's. Beautiful field at St. John's, by the way. Darlin Hernandez with the header off the great ball from, I believe, Edgar. Yeah, Edgar sent that one in. Darlin does some kind of crazy celebration that probably he shouldn't do, but and then great run by Chappie Roberto. Oh, he's so tough, so small but so tough, and then Edgar just overcooks it. Edgar overcooked a couple, but he finally got his. Jason Villatoro chases it down, slots it through to Edgar. Oh, put his men on the ground, hooks one around the goalie, and we're up 2-1 after the Islanders had scored a penalty. But the Islanders, they scored with like 12 minutes left, and we had a battle. It was 2-2. This was the first moment that I had considered I might have to ride home with Coach Rayleigh after a loss, and it was devastating. But we kept the pressure on. Oh, man, we're getting some chances. Oh. Ooh, that was still in the first half. But then they had tied it, and then Efrain Tinoco with the laser. Edgar fooled everybody, including Efrain, with the dummy. Efrain thought Edgar was going to hit it because he got so close to it. Here we go. But Edgar got so close to it, but Efrain comes through with the laser beam. It's 3-2, and we hold on for the 3-2 win.
We are headed
Incredible.
to the big one.
Edgar couldn't walk or bend his legs at the end. It was crazy. He was so dehydrated.
So it's the Hardyville Hurricanes taking on the Hornets of Dixie. What have you found about this Dixie team? 18-9 on the year, and
they're tough. I mean, it's going to be a battle.
I
don't know that we've been able to secure any film on them.
They've
So
only given up 2 so far. Playoffs, what I'm seeing, they got the 3-1 win over Green Upstates.
Yeah, that was a tough win. That's a good team.
Yeah.
We feel like overall the upper state wasn't as strong, but that the top 2 or 3 teams in there were pretty solid. So we expect a full-on battle. I mean, full-on battle. It's gonna be a great matchup.
At by the Max Preps rankings, if I can pull them up, Hardyville 120, Dixie 94. So not too.
So we're the underdogs. We're the underdogs.
Yeah.
All
But
right. We like that. We like the underdogs.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel good about it. The boys are really, really together. They are really together. They are really bought in, locked in, and pulling in the same direction and love each other. It's a really cool vibe. I mean, it's never an accident when you get to a state championship game. You've got it.
Right.
The chemistry is the missing
Right.
ingredient that some teams don't have, and
That's
they
the
really
next level.
have it.
It
And
really
I'm
is
sure
to buy
Dixie
in
does
together,
too,
and
or
that's
they
what we
wouldn't have made
saw
it this far.
from both Hilton Head Christian and Hilton Head Prep when the chips got down throughout that
Yep.
series. Some guys found a way to step up, and it fed off one another. Even though
Yep.
baseball and softball are different, they're not like in terms of you have. There's a lot of individual components that go into baseball and softball more so than
Mhm.
other sports, but everybody still had to do their job, and guys
Yep.
stepped up, and there's still a team component, of course, because
Yeah.
you have to cheer each other on when someone else is at the plate or when your guys on the mound, and it feeds off one another, as we know so well in baseball and softball and
Yep.
soccer. Same thing, but the chemistry is even more important when you play a sport like that, where you're trying to
Yeah.
make sure everyone has to be on the same page, and
Mhm.
as you
Unselfish.
yes, unselfish nature. It takes everybody locked in, all 11 players in the field, to put the ball in the back of the net. So
Yeah.
it's a terrific sport to watch, and it takes so much togetherness, and it
Yeah.
takes the entire group to accomplish that desire. So I am incredibly excited for this Hardyville squad. We hyped them up before the season started, like they were
Yep.
a state championship contender, and fantastic to see them realize that opportunity and get their chance
Yeah.
on Thursday.
We're hoping our depth will really help us. It's going to be really hot. 1 o'clock in the
It is.
afternoon. It's going to be
Ooh,
toasty.
yeah,
Nobody's really going to be able to play the full game. You're going to have to do some subbing. At least the guys up top, they're running a lot. So we're hoping that our subs can really make a difference, as they have been able to throughout the playoffs. So it's going to be awesome, man. I can't wait. I get to go up with the team for a state championship game. I get to be on the field for the presentation, all that stuff. So it's going to be
fantastic.
cool. I've really
Awesome.
invested,
What
been
a way
invested
to
in these
take us
guys.
home in 2024,
I hope we bring it
25.
home with a dub,
Yeah,
man. I hope we
yeah,
close it out with a dub. But
yeah.
all right, boys, great show tonight. Enjoyed it. Awesome to have the guys from Hilton Head Prep join us after the state championship win, and we will certainly follow up and get some of those HHCA boys on here to celebrate with us as well as I'd love to get the Alonso twins to come on and talk with us as well. That would be a full circle moment for us all, I think. So great show tonight. Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs Mickelson Law Firm. And thanks to you guys, best wingman in the business, Marcus Walsh and Wes Kerr. For you, I am Justin Jarrett, and thanks for joining us. Till next time, go Loco.
The LowcoSports Lowdown podcast is a production of Loco Media LLC and LowcoSports.com, an independent media outlet providing grassroots local sports coverage in the South Carolina Lowcountry. We are sustained by community support from sponsors and patrons like you. Get in the game with a monthly pledge of $1 or more at patreon.com/LowcoSports to keep us going and growing. Go Loco!